Bonjour, and welcome to Paris, one of the world's most visited cities, and hosts the 2024 Summer Olympic Games. If this is your first visit to Paris and you're not sure how to navigate the city, relax. It's easy once you learn the metro system. Here's Joe to explain.
Thanks, Dave. The Paris Metro started operating in the year 1900. Today, it's a system of trains carrying more than 4 million passengers per day throughout the Paris metropolitan area. Today's metro will get you within walking distance of just about anywhere within the city of Paris.
Well, how much does it cost?
The basic rate for a trip within the city is €2.15, which is pretty reasonable for what you get. And given the insane amount of traffic in the city, nothing beats the metro for getting to your destination on time.
So let's go take a ride right now. Take us away, Joe.
Before getting on the metro, we'll first need to plan our ride. Let's start by seeing where we are on a map of Paris. Let's say that the bus from the airport has dropped us off near the National Opera. Now let's find our destination. Let's say we're staying at one of the many hotels near the Exposition Center. Now let's find the nearest metro station for these two locations. Oh look, there's a metro station called Opera, and it's right nearby, and it's on line 8. And near the hotel is the Porte de Versailles metro station. It's on line 12. And line 8 and line 12 intersect at the Madeleine station. We could get to the hotel by taking line 8 from the Opera metro station to the Madeleine station. Then we can change trains and get on line 12 and take it all the way to the Porte de Versailles station. From there, we can simply walk to the hotel.
Great. Well, I'm game. Let's take a ride.
So let's say we've found our way to the Opera metro station. As we enter the station, let's keep an eye out for the signs. They'll guide us to where we want to go and where we don't want to go. For instance, this sign says sortie. That's directing us to an exit. This one's showing which way to go to get to Metro Line 8. The names on the side, Ballard and Créteil, are the names of the stations at each end of the line. In other words, these give the two directions that we can possibly take on line 8. Passage interdit. The red gives it away. This basically means do not enter. And this one points us to where we can get information, and most importantly, tickets for our ride. Now let's make our way in. There's a passage interdit sign, so we don't want to go that way. There's an exit sign. That must also be another entrance. There appear to be some other signs up ahead. It shows us our metro lines, but it also shows us where we can buy the tickets that we'll need for accessing the lines.
Well, all right, let's buy some tickets.
There's an info booth up ahead where a friendly person can sell you tickets or a contactless Navigo card over the counter. If you're just visiting Paris for a few days, your best bet might be to buy a Paris Visite ticket that you can use for unlimited rides for up to 5 days. If you're going to be here for the 2024 Olympic Games, you can buy a Paris 2024 pass, which allows you unlimited trips throughout Paris and its surrounding region during the Games for as low as €10 per day. This pass comes as a contactless card or as an app for your phone and will be available online and in metro stations starting June 18th. Further down are machines where you can recharge your Navigo card or buy paper tickets.
Well, let's go through the turnstile.
We'll use the Navigo Easy card to pass through this turnstile and get to our metro line. When we place the card on the reader here, a ticket is debited from our card, and away we go. Right away, we see a sign directing us toward line 8. That's the line that'll take us from this station, Opera, to the Madeleine station. Looks like we're going to be going to the left. Now, we'll simply proceed through the station, following the signs along the way, leading us to line 8. And eventually, we'll come upon signage where we will choose which direction we're going to take on line 8, either toward Créteil, to the left, or toward Ballard.
Okay, Joe, let's find our direction.
The Créteil sign on the left shows us the stations that are served in that direction. We know that we're going to ride to the Madeleine station, and since we don't see it in this list, this must not be the direction that we want to take. When we look at the sign for the stations for Ballard, we see that Madeleine is just one station from where we are, at Opera, just like we expected it to be. From here, the corridor, stairs and all, leads us directly to the platform. Now all we have to do is wait for the next train to roll in. While we're waiting, it never hurts to double check this sign here and make sure that we're going in the right direction. And here's our train. On the newer models, the doors open automatically, but often we have to push a button or pull a handle to get in and out. Once we're in, we can see that above each set of the doors is a chart of all the stations on that line. We can see here that Madeleine is one station away from Opera, so we're going to get off at the very next station. And away we go. One station later, we arrive at Madeleine.
Okay, now we've got to change trains.
So as we step off the train, let's look to the right and to the left for a sign showing us the way to line 12, since that's the line that's going to take us to our hotel. And now it's just a matter of following the signs right up to where we get to choose which direction we're going to take on the line. Toward Aubervilliers, except that we don't see the Porte de Versailles on the list. Or toward Mairie d'Issy. And look, there's Porte de Versailles near the bottom of this list. So we take the train bound for Mairie d'Issy. As we make our way to the platform, the sign above us tells us that we're in the right place. And our train rolls in. And we get on board. Once again, we can see a chart of the stations on the line that we're riding on. Here we are at Madeleine, and way over here near the end of the line, we have Porte de Versailles. And we can see that we're going to stop at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stations to get to our destination. This final leg of our trip will take about 30 minutes. So let's find a seat and get comfortable.
But how do we keep track of where we are?
We have to be sure to look up from our phones every now and then and take note of our progress. Fortunately, we can see the name of every station in great big letters every time we make a stop. As we arrive at Porte Versailles, we step out of the train and see that there are exits to the right and to the left.
All right, so which exit do we take?
As luck would have it, we have a map showing the surrounding area, so we can check to see which exit is closest to our hotel. Let's say that it's exit or sortie number 4. Then we look on these signs for an exit and head for the door. Once we're out, we can make our way to the hotel.
So we hope you've enjoyed the ride. This is by no means the complete overview of the Paris transit system. There's also buses, tramways, RER trains, and more linking it all together. So come on over and see for yourself. There's plenty to do, plenty to eat, plenty to drink, and plenty of people to meet. Maybe we'll meet on the metro.